Welcome to Rajya Sabha TV. You're watching a special show on Parliamentary Standing Committee. I'm Amrit Anshurai. In this show, we bring to you in-depth coverage of recommendations made by the Standing Committee on the functioning of ministries and its departments. Today, we bring to you a report by the Standing Committee on Ministry of Human Resources and Development on Higher Education and Research Bill. The Standing Committee on HRD has disagreed with the proposal of the government to replace the existing multiple regulators by one overarching single regulator. The government proposes to replace the multiple regulators by one single regulator.
Higher education in India is controlled by multiple regulatory bodies such as University Grant Commission, UGC, All India Council for Technical Education, AICTE, and National Council for Teachers Education, NCTE. The Higher Education and Research Bill seeks to replace the existing regulatory bodies like UGC, AICTE, and NCTE under one umbrella commission. The committee recommends that the proposed ombudsman should guide the existing bodies instead of replacing them.
India is having a vast network of educational institutions. We have 600 universities, 33,000 colleges, 3,800 management institutions, and similar number of technical institutions. And apart from that, more than 500 architectural institutions. So only one body, one overarching body to take care of this vast area of network is simply impossible, humanly impossible.
We have so many regulators to govern different aspects of our higher education, starting from UGC to other regulatory bodies. But you see, now the government wants to bring all these fields of higher education under one regulatory body.
नेशनल कमीशन फॉर हायर एजुकेशन का जो बिल है उसकी अभी स्टैंडिंग कमेटी में मैं इस मीटिंग में गया नहीं था, मुकम्मल स्टडी नहीं है, लेकिन मैं जो जितना बिल को देखा है और समझ पाया हूँ, एक तो जो हमारी पुरानी संस्थाएं बनी हुई हैं एजुकेशन से मुताल्लिक़, उन संस्थाओं को क्यों ख़त्म करके और क्यों एक नई बॉडी का गठन करने की ज़रूरत पड़ रही है, ये मंशा साफ नहीं है।
The country's higher education sector has witnessed fast-paced expansion in the last decade. This has given birth to numerous concerns over the regulation of institutions mushrooming in various fields of knowledge. The committee has observed that the sector is over-regulated but under-governed by multiple regulatory agencies. The committee report says the creation of an overarching body in this sector is not only the way to deal with the issue. It recommends that the Department of Education should review its proposal to dissolve bodies such as UGC, AICTE and NCTE and explore the alternative and viable mechanism where the three statutory bodies function under the supervision of overarching regulator NCHER.
Since the beginning of our independence, the development of our education system has gone through many stages, and now we have reached in such a stage where all these branches should be regulated, coordinated, and our efforts should be directed on the major requirements of our education.
जो बिल है उसमें तो कोई मुकाम है नहीं, उसमें कहीं भी उन्होंने स्पेसिफिक क्लियर नहीं किया है कि जो हमारे पुराने कर्मचारी हैं, अधिकारी हैं, AICTE वगैरह में जो काम करते थे, उनका क्या स्थान रहेगा। ये बिल में अगर जोड़ा जाए तो हम ये समझेंगे कि ये बात मुस्तनद है, मजबूत है और एक डॉक्यूमेंट तैयार होगा जिसके बेस पे उनको भी ये विश्वास होगा जो शिक्षा की सेवा कर रहे हैं। तो मैं सोचता हूँ कि बिल में कमी है।
The Standing Committee report says there are 600 universities, 33,000 colleges, 3,800 technical institutes, 500 architecture institutes and 3,800 management institutes. The report favors the continued existence of specialized bodies to regulate these institutions.
Ours is a federal structure, and the center should not be seen as overpowering or overwhelmingly imposing its own will and decisions on the state governments. So state governments have a stake in education system, and the state governments are the biggest stakeholders in any such endeavor. Ignoring the states and then taking a decision sitting in Delhi without understanding the nuances and the dynamics of a vast country and states like Arunachal or Ladakh or Andaman or even Kerala and Gujarat, that is simply not done. That was unfair. So we opposed it.
Yes, we have taken the opinion of all the stakeholders, including also all the universities, the most respected academicians, heads of the institutes, all these people were consulted. And you see, since the education is in concurring list, the state governments had also some role, because that was also mentioned in the bill also, because the state universities are coming under the purview of the state governments. So there the center will not interfere. But this bill will help them as a guideline. So the entire country, the system of education will be coordinated and guided in a proper direction.
हायर एजुकेशन तो दुनिया के लिए महत्वपूर्ण है। मुल्क तरक्की के रास्तों पे जब ही जा सकता है जब हायर एजुकेशन के अंदर हम उस यूनिवर्सल कॉन्सेप्ट को शामिल करें जिसको लेके दुनिया आगे बढ़ रही है। और वो मुल्क जो अपने आप को पहली दुनिया कहते हैं, उनकी बराबरी में जाने के लिए हमें दुनिया की एजुकेशन पे तो स्टडी करना चाहिए और उसके ज़रिए आगे बढ़ना चाहिए।
The Standing Committee has also asked the Ministry of HRD to have wider consultations with the states. Since education is a subject on which the state governments and the central government both had the power to legislate, so the Department of Higher Education must allay apprehensions of the state governments. According to the report, the legislation should not reduce the role of the state governments or curb their autonomy. It recommends the review of some of the provisions that curtail autonomy of states.
We have recommended that the whole idea of having a monolith and one overarching body for the entire education system in the country should be got away with. We do not want it. It should be deleted, and the existing regulatory bodies should be strengthened, and wherever they find any loophole or any correction, a need for correction, that should be done. That will help.
We have also discussed about the distant education, and they are having a major role in developing the higher education also, and that aspect also will be discussed.
The NCHR bill also empowers the central government to supersede the proposed bodies in higher education for a period of up to 6 months if they fail to discharge their functions. The committee observed that these powers will reduce the autonomy of institutions and recommends the removal of this provision. Observes that the NCHR bill does not incorporate the ways and means by which the NCHR body, which is a single body in the bill, would be able to rectify the shortcomings in the existing regulatory bodies. With camera person Sudhanshu, Aruna Thakur, Rajya Sabha TV.
The Standing Committee feels that the universities should hold the power to enroll students. To talk more on this issue, I am joined by my colleague Aruna Thakur. Aruna, what is the point of view of the committee on this aspect?
The bill takes away the power of universities to enroll students. By disagreeing, the committee recommended that this power should remain with the universities, as taking away this power with the universities will lead to affect the autonomy of higher education institutions.
We spoke to Mr. Virendra Kashyap, member Standing Committee MHRD, and began by asking him the concerns of the committee on the bill.
अभी हाल ही में जो ये हमारा हायर एजुकेशन एंड रिसर्च बिल 2011 लाया गया है, अभी फ़िलहाल पिछले दिनों इस पर काफ़ी चर्चा हुई, क्योंकि ये जो डिपार्टमेंट रिलेटेड हमारी एजुकेशन से, ह्यूमन रिसोर्स डेवलपमेंट से संबंधित जो हमारी स्टैंडिंग कमेटी है, उसमें अभी ये पेश किया गया था फॉर रिपोर्ट एंड एग्जामिनेशन। हमें इसमें कुछ इश्यूज जो सामने आए हैं। एक्चुअली इंडिया इज़ ए बिग कंट्री, और अभी हाल ही में आपको पिछले 20-25 वर्षों में जिस तरह से एजुकेशन का प्रसार हुआ है और रेट ऑफ लिटरेसी भी बढ़ा है, इसमें कोई दो राय नहीं, परंतु हायर एजुकेशन के प्रति कोई स्टैंडर्ड की एजुकेशन हमारी बने, ताकि इंटरनेशनल लेवल पर भी हमारे जो बच्चे हैं वो आगे बढ़ सकें। इस वजह से इस बिल को लाने का वैसे बेसिकली औचित्य तो यही है। पर इसमें कुछ चीज़ें सामने आई जो हमारी स्टैंडिंग कमेटी में जब इसको एग्ज़ामिन किया गया बिल को, तो इसमें एक तो जैसे आपने कहा कि रेगुलेटरी कुछ रेगुलेटर्स थे, जैसे यूजीसी यूनिवर्सिटी ग्रांट कमीशन का है, एआईसीटीई का है, ऑल इंडिया काउंसिल फॉर टेक्निकल एजुकेशन है, और जैसे एनसीटीई का है, जैसे नेशनल काउंसिल फॉर टीचर एजुकेशन, उनके एजुकेशन के लिए। तो इस प्रकार के रेगुलेटर्स थे डिफरेंट उसमें। पर एक जो मुझे लगता है कि वो ठीक नहीं है इस बिल में, कि इनको सबको ऑटोमेटिकली समाप्त करके ये जो एक्ट बने हुए हैं इनको रिपील कर दें, और रिपील करने के बाद जो है वो फिर जो एक कमीशन बन रहा है NCHER, तो NCHER में जो है ऑटोमेटिकली इनको रिपील करने के बाद इनकी एग्जिस्टेंस ख़त्म हो जाएगी। पर हमारा ये मानना है कि ये काफ़ी समय से टेस्टेड बॉडीज़ हैं, रेगुलेटर्स हैं, और इनको काफ़ी इसमें एक्सपीरियंस हुआ है, बहुत सी चीज़ें इनको पता है। अगर इनको समाप्त कर दिया जाए कि नई शुरुआत करेंगे तो डेफिनेटली हमारे को उसमें नुकसान होगा। तो स्टैंडिंग कमेटी में भी लगभग सभी सदस्यों ने, और मेरा भी अपना व्यू वो यही था कि ये हमको एग्जिस्टेंस में इसको रखना चाहिए, और जो भी कमीशन बनता है, अगर ये बिल पारित हो, एक्ट बनता है, पारित हो जाता है, तो डेफिनेटली हमको उनकी सारी बातें रखते हुए इनको तो एज इट इज़ रखना चाहिए। भले ही कमीशन जो है वो एक सुपर रेगुलेटरी बॉडी बन जाए ऑल इंडिया लेवल पर, तो वो ज़्यादा बेहतर होगा।
ड्राफ्ट जब हम करते हैं पॉलिसी को, तो जो स्टेक होल्डर्स होते हैं उनका व्यूज़ लिया जाता है। इसमें जब ड्राफ्ट हुआ, ये पॉलिसी बनी जब इसकी, और ये जब बिल आया, तो इसमें स्टेट को कंसल्ट नहीं किया, जिसमें स्टैंडिंग कमेटी ने स्पेसिफिकली बोला है कि स्टेट को एक महत्वपूर्ण अंग है इसका एजुकेशन का, बिकॉज कॉन्करेंट लिस्ट में आता है ये। तो उसके लिए क्या क्या ग्राउंड्स रखे, क्या ऑब्जेक्शन उठाए स्टैंडिंग कमेटी ने?
स्टेक होल्डर्स को, जिसमें हमारे मेन स्टेक होल्डर्स तो उसमें आते हैं जो हमारे स्टेट्स हैं, क्योंकि हिंदुस्तान का जो संविधान है वो एक फेडरल स्ट्रक्चर हमको देता है, उसमें स्टेट्स के अपने अधिकार हैं, सेंटर के अपने हैं, परंतु ऐसी कोई भी व्यवस्था नहीं होनी चाहिए जिससे जो है वो ओवर रूल हो जाए और स्टेट्स को हम दरकिनार कर दें। और वैसे भी एजुकेशन जो है वो कंकरेंट लिस्ट में है हमारे संविधान में, जो है उसमें एजुकेशन को कहा गया कि जो स्टेट्स हैं वो अपने हिसाब से उसको देखेंगे। अगर हम इस कमीशन को इस तरह से तैयार करेंगे कि जो फेडरल स्ट्रक्चर पर प्रहार होगा, तो डेफिनेटली वो भी ठीक नहीं होगा, क्योंकि मोस्ट ऑफ द स्टेट्स दे हैव सेड दैट इट इज़ नॉट गुड। क्योंकि अगर आप इस तरह का कमीशन बनाकर हम पर थोप देंगे तो वो हमारे लिए जो है वो ठीक नहीं होगा। क्योंकि और वैसे भी मैं कहना चाहता हूँ, क्योंकि हमारा देश विभिन्न उसमें एरियाज़ में बटा हुआ है, जोग्राफी डिफरेंट है, लिंग्विस्टिक प्रॉब्लम है, तो उन सब चीज़ों को देखते हुए वो तो स्टेट्स को ही डिसाइड करना है। तो ये भी एक हम सोचते हैं कि उसमें कमीशन को ओवर रूल नहीं करना चाहिए, स्टेट्स की जो फेडरल जो हमारा स्ट्रक्चर है, क्योंकि अगर ऐसा करेंगे तो मुझे नहीं लगता कि ये आने वाले दिनों में कोई इसकी सफलता हमको प्राप्त होगी, जो इसकी बेसिक एम है एंड ऑब्जेक्टिव्स हैं कमीशन की।
सर, इस बिल में जनरल काउंसिल को बनाने की बात की गई है, जो कि एक एक्सपर्ट बॉडी है, लेकिन स्टैंडिंग कमेटी ने कहा है कि ये जो एक्सपर्ट्स लिए गए हैं इसमें, वो उससे पूरी तरह से खुश नहीं हैं। तो क्या क्या एक्सपर्ट स्टैंडिंग कमेटी ने रिकमेंड किए हैं इस बिल में?
इसमें मैंने एक क्वेश्चन रेज किया था ड्यूरिंग माय डिस्कशन। आई सेड दैट ये जो आपका जनरल काउंसिल है, ठीक है, इसमें आपने डिफरेंट लोगों को इसमें लिया हुआ है, परंतु 3-4 जो मैं समझता हूँ कि जिनको इसमें रखना चाहिए था, जैसे शेड्यूल्ड कास्ट शेड्यूल्ड ट्राइब रिप्रेजेंटेटिव, वोमेन रिप्रेजेंटेटिव, माइनॉरिटीज़ का है, और एजुकेशनल साइड से भी जो टीचर्स ऑर्गेनाइजेशंस हैं, स्टेक होल्डर्स हैं ना, तो अगर आपको डिसीजन मेकिंग बॉडी है जनरल काउंसिल में, वो अपने व्यूज़ अगर रखेगी तो उनको सबको इसमें अगर आप डालेंगे तो वो एक होलिस्टिक व्यू जो है होगा, और टोटल हमारे सामने सारे देश का और डिफरेंट जो स्टेक होल्डर्स हैं हायर एजुकेशन से संबंधित, उनको अगर हम साथ जोड़ेंगे तो डिसीजन मेकिंग बॉडी में दे शुड बी देयर। तो आई मस्ट से दैट दीज रिप्रेजेंटेटिव्स मस्ट बी देयर। तो वैसे तो कमेटी ने भी दी है अपनी व्यूज़ दिए हैं कि भी इसको आपको रखना चाहिए इसमें, वो भी एक है।
जैसे कि हम देखते हैं कि 2011 में एनसीटी को अमेंड करने की बात, मतलब बिल ही पास हो गया उसके लिए, और 2011 में इसको डिसॉल्व करने की बात कर रही है एचआरडी मिनिस्ट्री। तो ये जो कन्फ्यूजन है दोनों में, ये उसके लिए कमेटी ने क्या बोला है?
नहीं, बिल्कुल इसमें ठीक है, वो कन्फ्यूजन है अभी, और ये कन्फ्यूजन हमने कहा है कि जो कमेटी की रिपोर्ट है उसमें कंक्लूडिंग पैरा अगर आप पढ़ेंगे तो उसमें यही कहा गया कि इसको आप एक बार से स्टडी करके और स्टेक होल्डर्स की बात को मद्देनज़र रखते हुए वो आप इसको लो। पर एक आपको बताएं, फाइनली जो हमने ये जो हायर एजुकेशन के सेक्रेटरी और इनसे जब बात की थी, जब फाइनल हमने इनसे बात की है, तो वो जो हमारी कुछ रिकमेंडेशंस थी जो हमने इनको कहा था, उसमें वो ठीक तरह से पूरे नहीं उतरे हैं, और वो आज भी जो फेडरल स्ट्रक्चर पर जो हमने बात कही थी उस पर उन्होंने कोई अपना वो ठीक वो निर्णय नहीं दिया है। तो ये आने वाले दिनों में एक समस्या जो है वो होगा। और मोर ओवर लेट इट बिकम द एक्ट एंड लेट इट कम इन द पार्लियामेंट, देयर विल बी लॉट ऑफ डिस्कशन। स्टैंडिंग कमेटी की ऑब्जर्वेशंस जो हैं वो हमने दिए हैं, और अगर वो स्टैंडिंग कमेटी के अकॉर्डिंगली चलेंगे तो डेफिनेटली दिस कमीशन विल बी beneficial for us.
It's time for us to head into a break. When we come back, we will tell you about the recommendation of the Standing Committee on the expert groups of the General Council. Welcome back. The Standing Committee is dissatisfied with the expert groups in the General Council. According to the Standing Committee, more expert groups should be included in the Council.
The report says that the General Council is a large body with 30 academicians and is a representative body having experts and functionaries from every field. These members are from different professions and councils representing different areas of higher education. The report says that there are certain vital areas still remain unrepresented in the council. Accordingly, it recommends that more expert groups should be included.
If you go into the contents of the bill, perhaps it grants autonomy to the Commission, National Commission for Higher Education and Research. The role of the government is very, very limited, except the constitution of the members of the Commission and the Collegium. So the Commission is much autonomous, but the Commission does not give autonomy to the universities.
Only few people, few nominees of the central government, they will decide what curriculum should be there, what should be the standard, what should be the norm, and the state governments, all the universities, they have completely been ignored.
The committee says that there should be adequate representations of private universities, teachers, distance education institutions, women and marginalized groups in the proposed General Council. It has recommended that the body should have 2 members of the Lok Sabha and the Rajya Sabha.
Education system which wants and which is expected to look after all the sections of the society, that should be also the primary aim of our educational system also. That in this bill, it is there also mentioned, and we also discussed, we incorporated the interest of all the sections, including women, SC, ST, OBC, all these minorities also. We have done it.
Overarching body will be detrimental to the noble mission and the purpose of the education. So that is the reason we had suggested that some more regulatory bodies and plugging the holes in the existing system will help more rather than creating one centralized body for everything.
The Parliamentary Standing Committee says medical education and research is a specialized field, so their interest will be better served if both remain together. The National Commission for Human Resource for Health Bill (NCHRH), pending in Parliament, proposes a regulator for health education. The committee suggested that medical education and research should be kept under the specialized legislation and not under NCHER bill.
We have already having regulatory bodies like UGC, like AICTE, and they have been doing wonderfully, but of course because of the expansion they need some more support, help, and in a vast country like India, you cannot have education in the hand of a centralized system.
Representatives, they also attended the meeting on our invitation also. They have given their views. On that also very carefully we listen their view, and you see that that aspect is also included in the bill. So no view, no aspect is left out.
While reviewing the bill, the committee found that distance education is covered by the proposed law, but there is no mention of the fate of Distance Education Council. The committee recommends that relevant provisions of the bill may be reviewed so that Distance Education Council continues to function under the supervision of NCHER. Standing Committee observes that the NCHER bill does not safeguard the staff service conditions which are presently working in the existing regulatory bodies, and therefore recommends that their service condition should be extended to the new organization. With camera person Sudhanshu, Aruna Thakur, Rajya Sabha TV.
The committee suggests that the power of the central government to supersede the Commission on Higher Education and Research should be done away with. To talk more on the issue, I am joined by my colleague Aruna Thakur. Aruna, what has the committee said on this issue?
Yes, Amritanshu, the bill empowers the central government to supersede NCHER, General Council and other proposed bodies in the bill. But the committee observed that such powers are too sweeping and will affect the autonomy of higher education institutions. Accordingly, the committee recommended that such provision should be deleted from the bill.
We spoke to Mr. R.P. Sisodia, Joint Secretary MHRD, and began by asking him on the matters relating to autonomy of the states on the issue of higher education.
These are two different ways of looking at it. While Ministry's original proposal in shape of NCHER was that of dissolving these bodies and creating an overarching authority, but during the course of examination of the bill, what Parliamentary Committee during its interactions with different stakeholders has found is that maybe there is an alternate way of going about doing the things. Achieving the objective remains the same, but maybe perhaps the route to achieve that objective may be slightly at variance with what originally conceived by the ministry and what has been proposed by the committee. So, but that has yet to be examined by us. So, we are in the process of examining that.
So, what are the main other provisions of the bill?
Well, the main provisions of NCHER bill, so to say, is that essentially you create an overarching body so that you see that this interdisciplinary learning or the transdisciplinary learning or creation of new knowledge that lies at the intersection of existing disciplines is promoted. That was the original idea, and it emanated from the report of the National Knowledge Commission and the Yashpal Committee, and their idea was also to see that you create an overarching regulatory body, and with that in mind this whole legislation was formulated.
The state has not been consulted, which is the main stakeholder in this. So can you, brief it?
The committee did make an observation that the states were not consulted sufficiently, but we also pointed out to committee that the consultation process that Yashpal committee had undertaken, and after that there was a task force which was created to prepare this bill. It had undertaken wide-ranging consultations, but the committee was conscious of the fact that certain states had raised certain apprehensions about the certain provisions of the bill, and the committee had pointed out in the report itself.
We are now approaching the end of the show, but before we conclude, let me leave you with the concluding reaction of Mr. Virendra Kashyap, Member Standing Committee, MHRD.
We need a super regulator on that. But we should keep in mind that all these regulators which have been previously acting for the last so many years, we take the example of UGC since 1965 or so, it is working. So it should not be totally debarred, or they should not be repealed.
Thank you for watching Standing Committee. We'll be back with a new issue and a new episode. Keep watching Rajya Sabha TV.